Hi, have you ever wondered why we have events happen in our life that causes real distress? That could be an emotional situation that's come around via a relationship, it could be work related, it could be business related. But interestingly enough, when we go through these events, they cause us immense pain. And for me, I look back, my last painful experience was in January 2018, and the business I got at that particular time had been running for some 15, 16 years, fairly successfully up until the last couple of years, and it was attached to the retail environment. And those of you that understand that market know it changed very, very quickly from round about 2015-16. And we were basically a casualty of that. Now, when I look back in my life, I had 3 or 4 instances of that. In my previous business, I was in partnership with a guy who was fairly narcissistic, wanted control and everything. Didn't know it at the time, but he'd certainly got control of me and could program me and get me to do things that I wouldn't necessarily do, and change my actual thinking, and sometimes even and change my paradigm inside of some of my habits. And when I look back, that was quite an interesting time. Prior to that, I had before I met my present wife, 30 years that I'm with now, I had various relationship issues that caused me a lot of pain. And when that happened, amazingly enough, my business or my job, career, whatever I was in at the time, took off fairly well. That seemed to be the opportunity that came out of that pain. And then I focused completely on business and making money. When I met my wife, I took my attention off family, and I'd sort of boxed it off, I think, and thought, well, that's that taken care of. And then focused on creating this financial pile that I seem to have this attachment to. And then that experience took me to work with a narcissistic guy, and then I went on my own. That was what came. I bought this fairly good business that paid us really well, and we achieved quite well through that, but I still was lost because my balance was out. I completely was just focused on money and physical things, and I'd disconnected from my family. And what I'm trying to share with you here is that when we have these times of chaos, confusion, stress, and devastating things happen to us that create us pain, usually we get very humbling, and we let a lot of our attachments go to what was important to us at that time, and we're then very grateful, and we come out of it a different person. And some of us don't. It's a choice we have, because as human beings we're given the power of choice, and if you've been in that position and you do not take that choice to look at things from a more humbling, grateful point of view, then hey, I'm not knocking you. All I'm saying is that from my experience, I'm surrounded by a lot of successful people and people in the personal growth and personal development industry, and the bulk of those people have had some sort of massive pain and trauma in their life, and that brought them to a point where new opportunity and a new balance came in their life. And that's certainly what happened to me. Am I actually where I thought I was going to be right now? No, absolutely not. And that just took me on a new path. So just sharing that, because if you want to discuss it further, it's stephenbones.com. You'll find me on my website. You can fill in your details or just message me, whichever you prefer, and we can have a free conversation around it, because especially if you've had some form of confusion or despair or pain that you're going through or have gone through, then by all means contact me, and I can have a conversation with you and just even point you in the right direction if you want of where life can take you, because it is not the end. There is opportunity if you choose to open your mind up to what else you can do. It's amazing how synchronicity will come into your life and a different pattern will show. So thanks very much for listening. Have a great day where you are. Bye for now.